With the recent pandemic, there's been a lot of buzz around remote sales management and the difficulty of it. Spoiler alert, remote sales management has been around for years. I was a remote sales manager over 20 years ago. I had over 130 salespeople operating out of field offices. And looking back, I didn't find remote sales management any special difficulty. And I believe it's because we did three things well. Number one, we hired self-starters because this is really important in this world where you've got a generation that's been raised by helicopter parents, those people that dive in, give advice, solve problems. Self-starting salespeople set goals, they can lay out the plan, and they're very good at finding the answers to the problems. They don't need a sales management parent swooping in. Number two, we hired honest salespeople because an unspoken concern I hear from sales managers is my salesperson working? Here's been my experience. Honest people put in an honest day's work. And in fact, I have found with honest salespeople, they will be the first ones to tell you when they're running behind plan. And I remember such a conversation over 20 years ago. One of my top reps, Mickey, called into my office to share the bad news of her husband being recently diagnosed with cancer. And it was a tough conversation. And what I really remember about that conversation was the end of the conversation when Nikki said, "Hey, Colleen, I'm going to do my best, but I'm not sure if I'm going to hit my goal this year." Now, I was shocked. That was the least of my worries in this conversation. And I assured her of that. Fast forward today, I know that Mickey was one of those honest salespeople striving to put in an honest day's work. And finally, let's look at you. Remote sales management does not mean that you are remote. Get out of your offices, conduct the ride-alongs. And I don't care if you've got a field sales team or an inside sales team. Get side by side with your team. Do the debriefs, and build relationships. Because when you build relationships, that's when you can coach. That's when you can give feedback. And that's when sales grow. So don't make this remote sales management any more difficult than it needs to be.